He would never call it loneliness. He had a roof over their heads, a rhythm to their days, bills that didn't become arguments, and a calendar that made room for her birthday, her mother, her quiet. He kept his promises like furniture, solid, unremarked, always there. But lately he felt like a hallway in his own home, walked through, not walked to. She smiled. She thanked him. She touched his shoulder on her way to sleep, but her attention no longer lingered. He noticed because he used to be the place she lingered. When she spoke, he listened for instructions. When he spoke, he chose words like tools, useful, brief, unbreakable. Somewhere between provision and presence, he forgot how to be felt. He didn't know how to say, "I'm here and I'm hungry for you," without sounding selfish. He didn't know how to admit, "I want your eyes back," without sounding weak. He learned young that a man's feelings should be tidy, that need can look like neediness, and neediness is a door no real man opens. So he shut the door. He kept the house running and let the silence run him. But a strange ache started to grow in the places he thought were finished. When she laughed at her phone and not with him, when her good nights got shorter, when his body reached for habit and her spirit reached for distance. He wasn't angry. He was unmet. And the worst part was that he couldn't find the sentence that didn't make him sound ungrateful for all the ways she stayed. So he said nothing. And the nothing took on a shape. And the shape started sleeping between them. He remembered a coach who told him, "If a teammate keeps dropping the pass, check if you're throwing it at the wrong time. Not wrong speed, not wrong strength, wrong timing." Love, he realized, had its own play clock. He'd been passing affection during commercials, after emails, before sleep, between errands, but not when her eyes were open to receive. He provided like a lighthouse, consistent, necessary, expected. But even lighthouses can be invisible to those living inland. Presence you can count on can become presence you no longer look at. He thought about music. He'd always turned up the volume when the room got loud. But what if connection didn't need more volume, just better mixing, balance, space, the quiet that lets individual notes be heard? He realized he'd asked his actions to speak words they were never hired to say. Groceries can't tell a heart it's beautiful. A fixed sink can't whisper, "I see you when you think you're invisible." A paid bill can't say, "I still choose you" when the room is full. Provision is a language, but he'd been speaking it like it was the only one. He ran his thumb along the rim of his coffee mug and felt the simplest truth rise. He wasn't just unseen. He'd been hiding in usefulness. If he stayed useful enough, he wouldn't have to risk being known. And yet, he wanted to be known. Not for what he made possible, but for what made him him. He didn't need a different partner. He needed to become a different participant. Strength without softness is just stone. He had built himself like a wall, strong, straight, unshakable. But walls keep weather out and touch out too. He realized the same traits that protected his family from storms also protected him from intimacy. Strength is sacred. So is softness. Without softness, strength has no place to land. Being needed is not the same as being chosen. He could fix the leak, lift the heavy, drive the late night run. But needed is a job description. Chosen is a devotion. He wanted her, yes, with the lights on. Not her gratitude with the lights off. He decided to stop measuring love by how much he carried and start measuring it by how fully he arrived. Silence is a scoreboard, not a strategy. He had been collecting quiet like points. The argument he didn't start, the complaint he didn't voice, the preference he didn't mention. But quiet without clarity is just backlog. He didn't need more restraint. He needed more reveal, spoken clean, steady, kind. Attention is affection's oldest brother. He started to notice where her attention lived, not to police it, just to learn it. What songs softened her? What hours woke her? What little things did she repeat when nobody was listening? He realized attention is love's research, and research is romance without the roses. Vulnerability is a door, not a debt. He had treated vulnerability like a bill someone would use against him. So he hid his longing behind logistics. But vulnerability isn't a bill, it's a door. Open it and the room changes shape. Stay behind it and you become the room you're stuck in. Feelings don't make him fragile. He was not less of a man for wanting to be looked at with wonder again. He was more of one for telling the truth. It took him a full minute to even speak the word lonely to the mirror. When he did, he didn't break. He breathed. Conversation without containment is confetti. He realized why their talks felt messy. He came with headlines and no calendar. He brought heavy at the end of long days or in passing or in the car. He decided to honor their connection like a sacred meeting. Time, place, presence, phones down, eyes up. He didn't need speeches. He needed stewardship. Praise is not payment. It's presence. He wasn't looking for applause. He was looking for a witness. A simple, I see how you steady this house, without a to-do list attached. He also realized he owed her the same. He'd been admiring in silence, assuming she knew. He chose to say out loud what his eyes had been keeping. With each shift, the ache inside him changed from blame to bravery. He wasn't trying to win her back. He was trying to meet her here. He set the stage like a man cleaning his workshop. Quiet, deliberate, honest. First, he practiced alone. He wrote the truth without edits. I miss your eyes on me. I'm good at building days, but I want to learn how to build moments. I feel unseen sometimes, and I don't want to aim that at you. I want to aim that with you. He read those sentences out loud in an empty room until they sounded like breathing, not performance. Next, he designed containment for the conversation. He asked, "Can we have 20 minutes tonight with no phones? I want to share something and hear you. Not fix you, hear you." He set a timer, not as pressure, but as promise. This is safe. This is finite. This is sacred. When the moment came, he remembered what he'd learned from her frequency in entry 1, presence is safety. He didn't rush. He let the room get still enough for his feelings to arrive with their names on. How he spoke. There's something I haven't been saying because I thought it made me weak. I've been feeling unseen, not unappreciated. I know you see all I do. Unseen like the me underneath the doing. I miss your attention, not the checklist attention, the early days attention, your eyes, your leaning in. I think I hid inside usefulness because it's where I'm confident, but I don't want to keep hiding. I want to learn how to be felt again, by you, with you. I don't need more from you without giving more of me. So I'm here, giving this part, open, not dramatic. If I'm throwing the pass at the wrong time, help me with the timing. If I'm mixing the sound wrong, help me with the levels. I want to tune to you, and I want us to tune together. Then he stopped. He let silence be punctuation, not panic. He watched her receive, not react. He also offered a tangible shift, not just talk. Ritual check-ins twice a week, 15 minutes. How's your heart today? Daily eye contact, 30 seconds on purpose. A shared calendar block named Us, non-negotiable unless there's a true emergency. A gratitude swap, one sentence each night of what they witnessed in one another that day. He didn't promise fireworks. He promised frequency. Consistency over grand gesture. Containment over chaos. Presence over pressure. And he made space for her truth too. If she felt distant, why? If she pulled back, from what? If she needed something different from him, what shape did it take? He listened like a man doing research on the love he intends to master. He clarified instead of defending. He said, "Say more," instead of, "That's not what I meant." He learned that masculinity is not the absence of feeling. It is the ability to hold feeling without abandoning the room. And something new began to breathe between them. Not perfection, not performance, but partnership with a pulse. For the listener, if you identify with him, try this tonight. Contain the conversation. Ask for 20 minutes, phone down. Name one feeling using I language. Keep it short. Offer one practice you're willing to lead. Eye contact, breath matching, gratitude swap. Invite her truth and listen without fixing. Ask, is there a better time or way for me to reach you? Seal it with touch that says, I'm here, not I need. A palm to palm, a forehead press, quiet electricity. If you identify with her, try this. Meet his courage with soft eyes. Repeat back one sentence he said so he knows he landed. Offer one way his presence can reach you more easily. Time of day, tone, pace. Thank him for showing you the man beneath the momentum. I step out from behind my usefulness. I let my voice arrive with its real name. I do not bargain with my need. I bring it clean. I am not less for wanting to be felt. I am more for telling the truth. This was entry 2, what he never said out loud. The next frequency begins where their words learn to hold the same heartbeat and conversation becomes ceremony.